6:13. Another beautiful day on the way. Mostly sunny skies, and the high in the mid 60s, mid to upper 60s. Another really, really nice day on the way. But look at tomorrow, 75 and 80 on Thursday with sunshine. And then I don't know what happens, but all over again, it just gets cold. And it'll be back in the 60s for the next several days. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's all relative. That's just cold.
Yeah. And the standard has changed, exactly. That's now cold, so we've gone upgrade.
I guess you're right. If 60s, I guess mid to upper 60s, if that's cold, we've changed our standard. All right, a lot to get into here this morning. Stephen Wells is the guy who's running on the Republican side against George Phillips and Assemblywoman Claudia Tenney. He is coming in. Actually, he'll be on the phone later on this morning. A lot to talk about. We have a former aide of a guy you haven't heard much from lately, and that's Chris Christie coming on. What happened to Chris Christie? He's just kind of off in the background, sitting in the chairs in the back while Trump makes his speech and sometimes makes fun of him. And he smiles.
Well, what I heard yesterday was, I hadn't heard Christie's name in a while, was that he has been tapped by Trump to overhead his transition team.
Oh.
As in transition to the White House.
Well, they're getting ready, and it seems like Republicans are maybe coming around. You have Paul Ryan saying, hey, I'll step down as the leader of the convention if that's what Trump wants. What does that mean? Does that mean that he's kind of caving a little bit? Are they all going to begin to work together? They're going to play in the sandbox?
I think they have to at this point, right? In order to get a victory or have any chance at a victory. An interesting poll came out stating that U.S. troops favor Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton 2-1. So I think the Republicans still see that, despite early polling that said that Hillary Clinton would beat Donald Trump in a one-on-one contest.
Yeah.
I think Republicans think, well, they still have a chance here to win the White House, and they've got to unite in order to make that happen.
Depends on what poll you're looking at. Some polls have Hillary up by 15. Others have Trump. I don't know that we can trust any polls right now with Donald Trump, right? How do you trust the polls?
Well, this poll was specifically of military personnel, and it was taken by Military Times. So it is a strictly military poll.
You think? I'm glad you made that clarification there, because every other poll has Hillary beating Trump, but I don't believe the polls. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that I don't believe that with him there's any accuracy.
Remember, Ronald Reagan was down more than 25 points in polling at this time when he was running.
It's early,
so it is very early.
And by the way, just in case Hillary's going to have to end up losing today, this is the state, West Virginia, where she said that she's going to put coal mining companies out of business. And West Virginia just so happens to be a coal mining state. I don't know how she could think she's going to win after that statement. Why she would even make that statement, I have no idea.
I don't even know that she's campaigning in West Virginia today. I think she's given up on West Virginia.
Jon Stewart is the one thing that is missing for a lot of people during this campaign, and he was out, and there's some audio. I'm not sure I can air much of it, but it's talking about Donald Trump. Isn't that the one thing that would be missing? Because a lot of people at one point last year were saying they got their news from Jon Stewart in The Daily Show, but he's not on there anymore. Yesterday, we talked about a story of a Muslim high school student in California got the wrong name under her picture in the school yearbook, which happens all the time. But this girl, the name they gave her was Isis Phillips. Her real name is Bayan Zehlif, Zehlif. How would they get Isis Phillips out of that?
Oh, we didn't. I guess I didn't.
I didn't
realize
have her
that
real
yesterday.
name yesterday. I knew
her last name.
I knew her first name was Bayan, Bayan.
Wow. I just thought they made a mistake with the first name.
It could be an honest mistake. Her senior picture had the right name, and on a different page there was a picture of her with the wrong name, but it said she was in 11th grade. There was a girl at the school named Isis Phillips, so it looks like the pictures were switched. So there actually is a girl at that school named Isis Phillips. So could it be a whole honest mistake? I guess it probably could.
Well, I'm very sad because of what happened. I'm very embarrassed. For something like that to happen to me and the name ISIS to be used for me, knowing what it means as for Muslims, it really hurt. I can't assume for now until the fair investigation starts, but it's very coincidental that that happened. Obviously, this is something that needs to have attention for. I don't want it for my selfish needs. I want to stand up for everybody from my race and religion, and anybody from not my religion that has to go through discrimination.
She sounds like she's very responsible. But if there was another kid at the school named Isis Phillips, I guess it could happen, right? Could be an honest mistake. Probably isn't, but it could be. At WIBX, live music and a ton of action and fun at Hannah Park coming up with Utica Brews and Barbecue. It happens 1 week from this Saturday, May 21st, from 1 till 6. It features the band The Wait, plus a food truck festival. By the way, that is the band. It's members of the original The Band. And you'll remember that Justin Cortez, huge fan of classic rock. Justin was our producer. He's all excited about this. Can't wait. He's coming into town for this.
Awesome.
He's working out of town. Anyway, food truck festival going on. Get discount advance sale tickets at WIBX950.com. Here's Christine with an update. Good morning, Christine Bolino.